Hi, you guys. Welcome back to OM Gina. I did not know, I didn't even realize, I have different age groups listening. How did I jump from, hey, we're together, to let's talk about marriage? I am so sorry. I didn't even take the time out to sit here and speak through the relationship process, right? How do you even know that the person you're with can even be a potential husband or wife? You know what I'm saying? Again, these are personal steps. These are just steps that I've taken that I come to the realization that some of them were good, some of them were bad, but whether they were good or bad, I just learned a lesson from it. And it brought me a little further in a positive way, not a negative. So, me personally, I would say, in terms of our relationship, there just has to be boundaries set. You know what I'm saying? What is the man looking for? What is the woman looking for? Within that, what do you guys consider disrespect? You know how they say when it comes down to cheating, how it's multiple aspects of it. It's not just, sexual. It really could be, hey, I don't like you speaking to this person, or hey, my energy is a little off when you do this and that. And me personally, I feel like if whether the male or the female sits here and they say, hey, I know you're a man, you're not going to see what I see in that woman's eyes, or you're not going to hear the way she talks to you. And that kind of makes me feel a little uneasy. I get it, whether if it's friendship or not. Again, me personally, I feel like if your partner has a problem with something, has a problem with a certain situation that you continuously do, if this is the person that you're trying to be with, at some point, there has to be some type of compromise. I'm not with the women that sit here and be like, hey, I'm your friend and that's it. No, that's a lot. Me personally, again, I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm not telling y'all how to live your life. I'm just saying personal steps that I've taken. As always, let's go personal. So, back in the day for me, I used to think like that, and I'll just be like, a man should not have female friends. Like, I am your only friend. You know what I'm saying? All you do is focus on me. That's a lot. At one point in time, I never even knew the true definition of space. Maybe because my life and certain steps that I've taken in life, I always looked at space as, oh wow, don't trip. If you trying to leave, if you don't want to be bothered by me no more, just go. You don't got to talk about no space. No, that's why I grew up, and that's why my mindset has gotten so much better. Space is needed. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you're dealing with someone that doesn't want to speak about the resolution or talk about the situation right now. So maybe they just need time apart. Let me get myself together so I don't sit here and say the wrong thing to you, or it comes off a certain type of way. So those are just the boundaries I feel like they need to be set. Set them boundaries so you know there is nothing anyone can tell you about your person, because you guys are locked into the fullest. You know what I'm saying? You know what he or she likes and what they don't like. So, by you having that knowledge, and then you sit here and you do something knowing good and well that that's going to piss them off, or that's going to start an argument, it's like, come on, like my famous line, you trying to sit here and play me. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's not the true intention, it's just like, I feel like society made females feel like you guys, the males, you guys aren't entitled to have feelings because you're a man, you should already have it all together, and that's not real. That's not realistic. Stop listening to that. It's not real. Men come They come across the same feelings that we have. Of course, women, I don't want to say all women, I'll say most women, we're like emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? As a man, maybe, I don't know, because I can't speak, because I'm not a man. So I don't really know. But from what I'm taking from it, like, I feel like as a man, for them on their side, maybe it's like if I sit here and be vulnerable with you and I open myself to you, how do I know that you're not going to play me? Or how do I know the next argument we get into, you're not going to bring up what I'm sharing with you right now to throw it back in my face? And ladies, we cannot do stuff like that. Do you know how hard and how long it takes for a man to become so comfortable around you and be able to open up and really speak their feelings? And they are no longer a man that holds all of their feelings in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate it too, but it's RNS. A man gonna give you one chance. That's it. And you ain't gonna get nothing else from it. The day that man sits here and opens up and talks to you about how he's feeling and what's going on with him, and you play him or you try and over talk him or let him know, like, I don't even understand why you feeling like that. It wasn't even that. No, you got to take the time out and just sit here and hear him out and accept it. But I don't want to sit here and just talk to the ladies, because come on now, y'all fellas be doing that too. So there just has to be some type of understanding in the relationship, you know? It's not, I'm a man, you do what I say, or I'm the woman of the house, I'm your woman, so you listen to me. It's never gonna work out like that. I mean, it's just not. There has to be some type of compromise. That's why I wanted to break down the relationship aspect, because how do you guys feel about with your partner, right? Before we even get to the marriage, you're sitting here thinking about it. Do you guys come up with that decision on your own, or do you bring in outside opinions? Like, what do you think? Let's just take family, for instance. We could talk about family today. Would you sit here and bring in, your parents or your siblings or your cousins and all that and ask them about your current partner? Is that a pro or is it a con? Me personally, I think it's both. The reason why I said a pro, because who knows, someone in your family is probably like, hey, you remember the last man or woman you was with, and you got to look out for so and so, because at one point in time you were hell bent attracted to women or men that act like this and that. Make sure this isn't that, because if it is, you're not going to be with this one either. You know what I'm saying? That really could be a pro. But a con could be, because no one knows your partner like you know your partner. Your partner shouldn't be the way with you that he or she is with the rest of the world. Because if that's the case, that means, technically speaking, it's not a real connection there. If you treat me like this, or if you act like this around me, but you act the same way around the rest of the world and all the other people you hang out with, it doesn't make sense. But I was really getting at, maybe your family's like, hey, I don't know, it's like it's something off with the way he or she acts, or the way they talk, or this and that. I used to look at that as a pro, but now in my eyes I see it as a con, because what exactly do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Because you potentially see him or her this way because who knows, maybe they have anxiety, or maybe they're not okay in a big crowd of people or anything like that. Maybe that person is only comfortable with you and they're trying to branch out, but maybe they grew up being alone all the time. And I could speak on that because that's how I was for like the longest. But now, I be out here conversing and talking to people. But yeah, sometimes I kind of want to go backwards again. Speaking to your friends and family, it really could be a pro or con. I don't know. It depends on y'all, it depends on your family. I would just say now where I am going through the steps that I went through in life, I tend to keep a lot of things to myself. Another one for relationships. When y'all sit here and y'all get into an argument, and I'm telling you, he or she made you so mad, and at that point in that moment, you just like, I can't deal with this no more. Like, I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done. Do not, let me come close. Do not go around telling your family and friends, yeah, I'm done with it because he or she did this and that. Because more than likely, all y'all gonna do is sit here and get back together. And then you're trying to bring the same person around your group of friends or family that you just talked about like a dog. And then you get mad when your person's like, I don't understand why they are treating me like that and this and that. Did you say something to them? Did they know? See, don't don't do that. Don't do it because no one's going to forgive your person like you would. You know what I'm saying? I would say don't talk down about somebody that you're messing with, that you in a relationship with, unless the end goal is really a breakup, because you could forgive your person all day and night, but everybody else is not going to feel like that. And within that, you can't even force them to accept that person the way you did. No, they made up their mind. So keep people out y'all business. You know what I'm saying? Keep it to yourself. Work it out. Talk to your person, or most importantly, pray about it. Talk to God about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always a way around it. I am just speaking about the little signs that I've learned over the years and everything. Because don't get me wrong, like when you're in love, come close again. When you are in love, you do not see those red flags. All those red flags are showing as green or make you think, you know what? If we get a little further, I should be able to change this person. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's me and him or her, we gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We're never gonna let this go. We're gonna move forward. No, those are red flags. And I've just realized, again, this is personally, I don't know what you guys are going through, but I came across for myself that I think why I used to bypass those red flags was because I didn't even pay attention to my red flags, you know? Sometimes a person can sit here and give you the same toxic energy they have to make it equal, because that person is so prideful. They're not trying to sit here and see that they can even do anything wrong. Like anything that they say or think in their mind, they are not wrong. And honestly, I get it. It's a lot of love in this world and everything, but a person like that, you do not need to surround yourself around. You do not need to be with this person because energy is transferable. It definitely is. If someone is sitting here talking down to you or making you feel like you're not enough or you will never be enough, you know what? You might as well stay with me, because ain't nobody gonna want to deal with you and your attitude and the way you are. I mean, eh, kind of, sort of. If you let's be real. If you really walking around with a bad attitude and very prideful, and you could see that and you just not trying to change it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You are the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point in life, each of us individually, we have always been the problem. You know what I'm saying? You can't, something bad goes wrong, you can't throw it on the other person. You got to take the time out and sit here and really think about it. Like, okay, the situation was this. Could I have had any type of involvement in this for it to end up the way it is now? If the answer is no, if the true answer is no, don't worry about it. Maybe it was that other person. But if you sit here and you think about it and you're like, you know what? Maybe it was my tone, or maybe I wasn't listening properly. Maybe that was me. In my opinion, that's why a lot of relationships do not succeed, because a lot of people are still out here prideful, wanting to be the one making the decisions, and yeah, I'm always right, and this and that. You ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Who really wants to sit here and be with somebody that thinks that they're never wrong, that never wants to sit here and compromise, that's not trying to hear where you're coming from ever? No. Because time is so precious. I speak about this all the time, and y'all know it. We literally never know when our last day is. And like I was saying, that growth, taking the time out to find yourself again, that is one of the best things you could ever do in life, because when you find you again, I'm not saying that it makes you sedity or makes you feel like you got it all and everybody else out here ain't doing what you doing. No, I'm not saying that at all. It's not even coming close to what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when you find yourself again, it makes you sometimes look backwards and be like, wow, where was I at in that season of my life for me to sit here and accept that, or to sit here and lower my standards, lower my values, so I can be on the same length as the other person, knowing good and well that's not you. Do not lower yourself ever. I don't care what it is, I don't care who it is. Like I just said, that energy is transferable. Don't let nobody sit here and make you feel like you're not able to be you, or you don't deserve that. All the stuff that you used to do, point it out to them. Yes, you're right, that I used to do. I don't do that anymore. I grew from that. I'm not even in that same house no more. It's okay though. You can stay in that house. I'm not going back though. You know what I'm saying? That's why, with relationships, despite the age, I don't care if you're a teenager, you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and goes up. It doesn't matter, because just because you age and you get older, it doesn't mean that your mindset grew. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be literally in your 30s and 40s and still thinking like you a teenager. So don't let the age fool you either. You know what I'm saying? Just like for a teenager might really have a growing mindset, that they don't even act the way a teenager used to, well, the way I used to act. Thankfully, I hope y'all not out here like how I used to be. Don't do that. You're better. Just keep growing. That's like the biggest thing. I just am really big on no wasted time, because life is just so precious, and I don't want nobody to do this though, but I would rather somebody sit here and steal me and with my joy or all that I do for you over than time. You know what I'm saying? Wait. That kind of coincides as the same thing. I mean, if I'm sitting here spending money on you and buying you gifts and all that, and your intention was never what we came to the conclusion of how our relationship or marriage was supposed to be, I would rather you leave now. You know what I'm saying? Take them gifts that I bought you and everything. Just don't waste my time, because unfortunately we can't get that time back. Even though we can't get that time back, at least there was a lesson from that wasted time. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, you know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. I don't care who it is. Make sure you always put yourselves first, you know? Because if you don't put yourselves first, how are you going to sit here and try and build with someone when you can't even build yourself up? You know? It's okay. Everybody say you always say that, but you don't know how it feels to be by yourself. Yes, I do. Y'all hear me? Yes, I do. And that's what I'm saying. That's one of the best things ever. You come to the understanding of who you are and who you want. And You just have this principle like, hey, at one point we was good and I was accepting that, but where I'm going in life, where I'm at right now, I can no longer accept that. But in the same sense, I can't force you to change and be on the same wave that I'm on right now. You can't force nobody to do anything, like absolutely nothing. It has to come down to that person. Like, is this truly what they're trying to do? Is this truly how they want things to be? If it is, then yeah, that's perfect. If this is truly based on them, if it's for you, that's not going to work either. Because you don't want to sit here and be in a relationship with someone that's just changing temporarily just so they can get what they want from you or go further with you. Because at some point in time, I promise you, at some point in time, the real them, that real person is going to come out, and then you're just going to be like, what are you doing? You don't even act like this. No, that's false. They're not acting like the person you thought they were. So I'm telling y'all, keep your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Have those hard conversations, because long lasting situations, they don't happen overnight. They don't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes communication. It's like you building a whole house. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It's not going to be immediately. So take those steps and make sure y'all on a great path and the right path. Alrighty. So, as always, you guys, it was such a pleasure talking to you guys. I really hope that this reached out to someone out there. Also, if you guys want to get in contact, I want guests on the show. My Instagram, it is lowercase OMGINA underscore official 2024. And then Facebook, it is capital OMG lowercase INA capital OFFICAL. Alrighty, you guys. I hope you guys have a great day and a great night. And I will speak to you guys next Sunday.